Hey everyone! Today I'm going to show you how to create this text animation. No long intro, let's jump right in. First, once we have our composition, we add a solid. This will be the background for the scene. Then we add some text. It really doesn't matter what you type, anything works. After that, just style it. Color, font size, whatever you like. Next, we convert the text to shapes. Right-click the text layer and choose Create. Create shapes from text. Now this part is a little tedious, but don't worry, we only have to do it once. Duplicate the layer so that each copy contains just one letter. Then delete the extra letters. On the first layer, I keep A, on the second R, and so on, until every layer has only one letter. Rename the layers so you don't get lost later. Trust me, it helps. For now, the letters don't need to be visible. Using the ellipse tool, create a circle in the center of the comp. Give it the same color as the letters and remove the stroke. You can set everything in the Properties panel. Once that's done, make sure the anchor point of the shape is centered. Use the Align panel to center it in the comp. Then open Scale by pressing S and let's animate it. Around frame 12, add a keyframe. The timing is totally up to you. At the start, scale the circle up so it completely covers the screen. Select the keyframes and press F9 for easy ease. Jump into the graph editor and make the animation really fast at the beginning. Now turn on the visibility of the letters. They should appear a few frames after the circle starts shrinking. At that exact moment, the circle should disappear, so just trim the layer. Select all the letter layers and move their endpoints to that same frame. Next, select each letter and press Ctrl plus Alt plus Home to center the anchor point on every layer. Press P to open position. Add keyframes, then add another set a bit later. About a second works great. Now we can animate the letters. Select the first position keyframes and use the Align panel to stack all the letters in the same spot. On the second keyframe, move each letter to a different position on the screen. That's the basic motion. Select all the keyframes and press F9 again. In the graph editor, adjust the curve so the letters start slow and speed up slightly at the end. Let's also add some rotation. Press R and add keyframes at the same time as position. On the second keyframe, rotate the letters a bit. If something breaks, like my letter A, because that always happens, just fix it at the end by setting rotation back to 0. The first part is done. Now let's create the lines. Move the playhead to the second keyframe and use the pen tool to draw a separate line for each letter. Each line should start from the center and all of them should use the same color. On every line layer, find the path property. The easiest way is to type path in the search bar. Select the path. On each letter layer, right-click and choose Keyframe Assistant. Nulls follow path. This creates nulls that we can use to control the lines. Now find the nulls that control the starting points of the lines and center them using the Align panel. Once you parent the null next to the letter R to the R layer, the line will start following the letter. Repeat this for all the letters, making sure every null is parented correctly. When the letters reach their final positions, the lines should disappear, so just trim those layers. Let's add a simple shadow. Select everything and pre-compose it. Duplicate the pre-comp and, on the layer underneath, apply CC Radial Fast Blur. Move the center slightly upward so the shadow falls down. You can increase the amount value to make the shadow longer. This shadow makes the animation look more interesting. If it's too strong, lower the opacity by pressing T. Finally, let's add a mouse click. I already have a cursor graphic prepared, so I drop it into the comp from the project panel. The click should happen right when the circle disappears. To do that, animate, position and scale. A few frames earlier, place the cursor lower. Then use the Convert Vertex tool to round the motion path. Set scale to 0 and add Easy Ease. That's the moment the letters appear, so the click feels perfectly timed. How would you handle it? Try it yourself and see what works best. And that's the final animation. Subscribe and I'll see you in the next one.